Albion Online is a free-to-play cross-platform MMORPG available on Steam, Android and iOS, and has recently had a massive update called Lands Awakened that brings big changes to the open world, endgame PvP, and endgame PvE, as well as a bunch of quality of life changes. For a full in-depth explanation of what Albion Online is and the specifics of this update, check out my previous video linked in the top right. In this video, I'll be jumping back into Albion and checking out the new player experience to see how long it takes me to go from making a fresh character to getting involved with some of the competitive multiplayer content such as corrupted dungeons and faction vs faction. This video is sponsored by Albion Online, however the devs want me to speak freely about any pros and cons I have with the game, and I'll be talking about the things I dislike or that could be improved at the end of this video. If you like what you see in this video, then click the link in the description below to play Albion for free on your platform of choice. So today we're going to be checking out the Albion Online new player experience since the Lands Awakened update. Let's create a new character and see how long it takes me to get to the fun competitive content. Make a female as my main is male. Which clothing option gives her the biggest boobs? Yeah, they're substantial. Small damage. We like to keep it humble here. Wake up shipwrecked on a beach. Straight away access to the sprint. Go talk to the NPC. Gather some rocks. Gather some trees. Go to the blacksmith. Craft our beginner's sword. Now we're looking like a real barbarian woman. Doors opened. Just cleave these mobs down. They all look exactly the same. Look at us just ravaging the environment. Screw you, nature. We need your natural resources. Got 54 tier 2 hides. For the sake of OCD, I now need to get 54 tier 2 logs. I don't need to do that for the quest. My brain just tells me that I need to do that. Summon my mule. Look at him go. He's a speedy donkey. Got 54 of each tier 2 resource. Head back to camp and make a full set of tier 2 gear. Smelt copper bars, tan the stiff leather, saw some birch planks, and turn the cotton to cloth. Journeyman Refiner. Here the game's basically explaining that the game has classless combat. You can completely mix any different type of weapon or armor. As a new player, something I'd recommend doing in Albion Online is figuring out what type of content you'd be interested in doing and then following a decent build for it early on, because the way the progression system works is the more you use a certain weapon or armor type, the more XP you get, and it kind of levels up that way. Due to my goal in this video being to check out the corrupted dungeons, I found a good new player build for that from a YouTuber called Lavy that I'm going to be following. For this build, I'm going to be using a bow, cloth chest, leather hood, and plate shoes. Quite the mishmash of different armor pieces. This is what we look like. Test out my bow abilities. I've never actually used the bow in Albion Online before. Whenever I've played this game in the past, I've either been a mage or a melee. Yeah, the bow seems to do really nice DPS. You shoot really quickly. After the tutorial, you're given the choice of 5 different starting areas, each of which is a different biome. You've got the swamp, highland, steppe, forest, or the mountain. I'm going to start at the forest. Now we're at the mainland. We get 3 days of premium for free. Right now I can only equip tier 2 bows, so I need to go and kill some creatures to level up and be able to equip tier 3 bows. For this we're going to start with a solo expedition. Not stunned in the AoE. Journeyman Cloth Armor Fighter. So now I can use some learning points, of which I've been given 100 to start out with, to finish the level off. Boss is dead, expedition complete. That's given me 4k silver as a reward. In this starter town there's a few quests, but they're basically just tutorial quests and they're completely optional. They just kind of tell you what your options are in the game. You don't need to do them. I don't really want to take the crafting approach in this game. I'd rather just buy all of my stuff. So I'm just going to sell all of my resources for now. I love the way the marketplace works in Albion Online with the buy orders and sell orders. Things just instantly sell. You don't have to wait around or anything. It's really well done. So now I'm decked out in tier 3 and I've got my tier 2 tools. Let's head to a higher level zone. Average item power 470. Rookie numbers. We need to up that to about 900, which is the soft cap for the entry level corrupted dungeons. Now entering Limhurst, the capital city of the forest biome. That's a lot of players. This is the auction house. There's so many players. It's just a sea of names and health bars. So many people that not all of them can even load in. Let's choose an area to go. Bitch Corpse. Birch Cops. This is a tier 4 zone. The monsters here should be a little bit more rewarding. Okay, we've found an elite monster in the world. Let's see if this gives me good loot. Hopefully it's not going to kill me. Is this an empowered mob? 1,800 fame for killing that. That must have been an empowered mob. Already reached the learning point to unlock tier 4 bows. I don't remember seeing these green rock things the last time I played this game. It's a randomized solo dungeon by the looks of it. These mobs seem kind of strong. Yeah, dodge. Okay, the mobs reset. Mobs reset at a very short range. You can't really kite mobs too far. That's a little bit odd. Oh my god, I've pulled 4 things at once. I've pulled Ragnaros. He's knocked me away and he's reset himself because of the knockback. This dungeon seems to be designed for people who have got tier 4 gear. I think I'm trying to bite off more than I can chew. So this rock thing here is a corrupted dungeon. This is what I'm working towards getting into. I need 800 item power to go inside. The biggest impact the Lands Awakened update has had to the new player experience is definitely these mobs out in the world that just get stronger and stronger the longer they're left alive. Adept Adventurer. What's that unlocked? Tier 4 horse, tier 4 ox, tier 4 cape. What type of dungeon is this? There's no map when I go inside, so this must be a randomized public dungeon. Hallowed Crypt. Current dungeon value very low. This is a huge dungeon entrance. That's a massive dungeon. Oh god, the mobs in here are very strong. Definitely a group dungeon that...
Oh, no, no, no.
You can't leave in combat? Oh no! You automatically get up in a few seconds. Well, I didn't lose my stuff, so that's alright. Just purchased a full set of basic tier 4 gear, item power 734. Still not quite enough to go in corrupted dungeons, so I'm gonna go farm a little bit, and then we'll jump into some PvP. Final boss of the random dungeon. I think I can kill him. Big damage. Dodge that. Oh. Dodge that. Good job. Open the treasure chest. Anything good? Ooh. As a new player, something that I find a little bit tedious is clicking on each of these silver piles individually, especially when they don't really give you that much silver at once. Kinda surprised that the game doesn't have some kind of AoE looting system. Or maybe even pets that loot for you. Another thing I find really annoying as a new player, and especially as a range player, is the short range in which mobs de-aggro from you. It just seems like you can't really kite backwards. It takes a bit of getting used to. I guess I need to learn how to kite side to side rather than just backwards. 4k gold and a bunch of rune. Sweet, and that's Expert Reaver. So that means I can now do extra damage against tier 5 monsters. So if I wanted to, I could go into yellow zones now. I could go into the yellow tier 5 zones before, but I would have been doing significantly less damage on the monsters. Just enchanted my weapons and armor. It's been about 2 hours since I first created this character. Item power 818. We're now strong enough to jump into some corrupted dungeons. Found a corrupted dungeon entrance, 3 different difficulties. Hunter, Stalker, or Slayer. Stalker difficulty requires that you have a minimum of 900 item power to go in, whereas Hunter, the minimum is 800. Slayer is 1200, so that's high risk, high reward. The other 2 difficulties are only available in red and black zones, which also mean that it's full loot PvP. I'm going to be doing it on Hunter difficulty, which is available in blue and yellow zones, so I risk absolutely nothing. If I click on this, I can invade another player. The way these corrupted dungeons work is you fill this bar to 100, and then a boss spawns, you kill the boss, then you loot the treasure. Bit off more than we can chew. No, we haven't, we're fine. Oh no, we're not! Oh god, don't die to PV. Okay, we just get up. Do bear in mind, my reactions are a lot slower than the average player, as I am playing from Thailand on 250 ping. So, that's a bit of a struggle. Infernal powers move you to another place. Here we go. Now I've invaded him, these crystals on the map have started to appear. So if he wanted to banish me, he could just kill those crystals. What's he doing? He's... Wait, what? He DC'd? Oh no, now he's back. What an anticlimactic First dungeon. We've got 40k worth of rewards. So now the demons appeared on the map over here. I'm not used to fighting mobs that you can't CC or interrupt. Oh my god. Dude. Dude, my ping. Die. Die. No. Die. Oh my god, we got him. That was really, really difficult with my ping. 500 infamy reached, so this is the looting bag. A bunch of runes. Once we've cleared the dungeon, we can instantly queue for the next one, or we can go to the surface. I'm going to go to the surface, sell some stuff, and maybe get some upgrades. Before I went in the dungeon, I had 7k, I spent 10k on repairs, and now I have 65k. So that one corrupted dungeon gave me about 70k. Completing that one corrupted dungeon gave me enough money to fully upgrade my gear to 4.2. Already over 900 item power, which is the soft cap for hunter level corrupted dungeons. My bow also glows purple now, which is very cool. We go again. Oh my god. Let's just run to where... Oh my god, okay, that's bad. That's really bad. We still got a decent amount of loot, even though we did fail miserably with the PvP. This time I'm just going to take the full PvE route, just to see how good the loot is if you don't get invaded. Oh, this is a different boss. Interesting. Oh my god. Oh my... The bosses in this game are no joke. You don't know the mechanics anyway. Big damage. Finish him. Oh, die! Oh, we got him. This mob seems empowered. He's got a big glow around him. 4k fame for killing that. I absolutely love the Lands Awakened update to the open world mobs in this game. It's really, really cool. Oh, he's trying to banish me. He's trying to hit the crystals. Oh! He banished me? He did not want to PvP. Fair enough. So there it is. If you're a PvEer and you don't like the idea of PvPing in these corrupted dungeons, you can just banish people. We've both got the exact same build. Heal. Knock him back. Oh no. I'm almost dead. Oh, he got me. The ping doesn't help, but as soon as I see another player and they're running at me, I panic and I use all my cooldowns. And I know that that's something that I shouldn't do. Big damage. Kill him. Die. Oh, we got him. Okay. We got loot. He was almost dead to the PvE right off the bat. That's how I felt the first time I died in one of these. I've finally learned the mechanics of these corrupted dungeon bosses. I'm not sure why I struggled with them so much when I first started doing these. Guess it's just a case of learning. Just replaced my Adept's Cape with a Thetford Cape, as it does significantly more DPS due to randomly letting out chain lightning. Entrepreneur, earn 100,000 silver through the marketplace. Certainly nice to have finally replaced my donkey with a horse. It's going a lot faster now. Oh my god, what's going on here? Yo, there's so many players. Is this faction versus faction? This is so chaotic. How do I get involved with this? Okay, forget the corrupted dungeons for now. We go to base and we get involved with some faction versus faction. Enlist and fight for Limhurst. Now that I've flagged for the city, I've got the city emblem on my cape. Big giant monster in this fort that everyone's attacking. It's dead. Finally managed to get a group invite for this Zerg. Now I can look at the map and see where everyone is. Now we've entered the snowy biome. At a certain point, we're going to come across Fort Sterling forces, surely. Ow! Don't stand in the AoE, Craig. Oh, enemy player. Attack! Finally, some PvP is happening. Chase! Getting a little bit chaotic. Lots of PvP happening now. Just focus the commander and do big damage. Oh god. Big Zerg incoming. Run. Retreat. Please don't die. Ah, ticked out. That little bit of PvP was enough to make people give up. Do people always give up that easily in faction versus faction? Let's just try and help. I'll do what I can. Focus the healer. Yeah, okay. We got a little taste of faction versus faction. Seems pretty cool. Oh. Mastery achieved, Master Reaver. With that unlocked, I suppose I could take on Yellow's own corrupted dungeons. We've found him. Big damage. Big damage. Big damage. Just kill him. Just... Oh, we got him. Whew, that was so close. Oh my god, that was so intense. That was the first player I've killed that wasn't AFK and started at full health. I bloody love these corrupted dungeons. Whoever thought of these as a content idea, big props to you, sir, because this is super unique content, unique to Albion Online that other MMOs just haven't thought of. I'm going to talk to the faction NPC and see if I got any rewards. Yeah, my rank's displayed here, Scout. At 50,000 faction points, I get an elite wild boarlet. So it's like a baby boar that I guess I need to raise into a full-grown boar mount. Let's buy the Iron Campaign chest. Open chest. Okay. So, 6 Tome of Insights. Okay, that's given me a lot of fame. After creating this brand new character today and only playing for about 5 hours or so, I've seen quite a lot of content and made a decent amount of progress. I am level 950, 200k gold. Had a few corrupted dungeon wins, did some solo dungeons, did some expeditions, explored the world, killed lots of empowered mobs, got to participate in a bit of faction versus faction, gaining a few ranks along with that as well, and I had a few embarrassing deaths. But the most important thing about this new player experience is it actually felt like I was playing an MMORPG. It really doesn't take too long at all before you're experiencing some multiplayer content, but yeah, pretty fun first few hours overall. So after checking out the new player experience for the Lands Awakened update, my thoughts are as follows. Progression early on feels fast, rewarding and addictive. It doesn't take long to grind out all the fame required to get involved with engaging content. The game has a pretty good tutorial that teaches you the fundamentals of the game. The world in Albion feels very dynamic now. You've got multiple different types of randomly spawning objectives out in the world. Treasure sites, solo random dungeons, corrupted dungeons, portals, group random dungeons, and the newly added open world mobs that become more powerful the longer they remain alive. The game feels super populated, every city and zone is full of players. The marketplace is very user-friendly, intuitive, and you can quickly tell that the game has a healthy economy. Albion Online is much more solo friendly now than it used to be, with faction vs faction progression, corrupted dungeons, solo dungeons, and treasure sites being randomized. And it also takes no time at all for the game to feel like an MMORPG, and within your first day playing you can easily participate in group content. Something that quickly annoyed me as a new player was the looting of silver piles. I can't think of an occasion where you wouldn't want to loot the silver as it doesn't have weight. It's a lot of extra clicks and it made running PvE content feel more tedious than it would be if the game just had an AoE or auto loot silver option. I can understand not having auto loot for item piles due to weight limit, but they should do something with the silver loot. I found it kinda annoying that there wasn't an option to make spacebar automatically target the nearest enemy if you don't already have a target. You have to click on the enemy first, then use spacebar to basic attack. This becomes annoying when fighting more than one monster at once, as once the first monster is dead you need to click on the next one before you can spacebar to basic attack. Adding the option to target nearest enemy if nothing is targeted here would make the gameplay feel more fluid. Additionally, when there's 40 players stacked on top of each other fighting a boss, it can be hard to see or click on the boss, so perhaps there should be a keybind for cycling through targetable enemies. As someone that was playing a ranger, I felt like the de-aggro range from mobs was a bit short and kiting was annoying. Perhaps this is me just playing wrong or not being used to the game, but it did annoy me and it felt weird on multiple occasions. Albion Online has so many weapons, armor and abilities that so many different types of builds are possible, so much so that it can be overwhelming looking on external websites for a decent build. I think the game could benefit from some kind of community builds panel in the user interface, where players can upvote or downvote popular builds in a similar way to Dota 2. This could be sorted by multiple different categories such as primary weapon type, PvE, PvP, solo or group, and players that make popular builds could receive rewards for a certain amount of upvotes. You could also link this kind of system to the loadouts menu, so players could simply select a popular community build, then click add to loadouts, allowing them to save different builds as favourites whilst quickly swapping between them. This, in my opinion, would greatly improve the new player experience. Currently, Albion Online only has one server based in Washington DC and operates as one big mega server. Whilst this is great for having the world feel super populated, it sucks for anyone playing in Asia, Australia or Russia. The devs are working on addressing this though and bringing Albion Online to a more global audience, so hopefully this won't be an issue in the near future. Overall, as far as new player experiences go, very positive and enjoyable first few hours, and the suggestions for improvements I had are quite minor. In the next video I'll expand on this pros and cons list as I jump on my main account and check out some endgame content. But that's it for this video guys. As always, let me know your new player pros and cons and suggestions for Albion Online in the comments below, and if you like the look of the game and want to try it out, then click the link in the description. Social media on screen. Thanks for watching, I hope you all had a successful day, and I'll see you again in the next one.